Good afternoon, happy Monday everybody. Just over here at the commissary doing a little prepping for this week. We're going to feature some of our Calamari Bites. Last week we did our seafood bites, which was scallops and Pacific shrimp, and it was really a hit. So we thought we'd do a calamari bite. A little bit on the calamari. This is a Japanese flying squid. They actually fly like 90 meters when they're escaping their predators. It's very tender, it's delicious, it's sweet, and well, I know I've been featuring calamari throughout the year, but it's always been with a meal. We're going to have that as well, but we're also going to have the seafood bites, the calamari bites, sorry. So, moving forward, before I start on the calamari, I'm going to show you how I cut it, why I cut it this way. I'm going to make a Tzatziki sauce, which everybody calls it, but it's really Tzatziki sauce. And the right way to pronounce it is Tzatziki. The Greeks pronounce it a little different, Tzatziki, like cheeky, but I call it Tzatziki. So we're going to make it, it's really easy. It starts off, I use an English cucumber, and what I do is I sweat it out, I grate it. A lot of people are going to say, well, I'll put it inside one of these and puree it. I don't like to puree it, I like to grate it. It gives it that nice particulate, a nice appearance, and a nice crisp chunk when you're biting into it. So what I do is I sweat it out. I put a paper towel in there and really quickly add a little salt, put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes, sweat it out. I've already done it. So for this purpose, here we go. We're just gonna add that, that's grated. I grate it, I do not puree it. I just grate it on the coarse side of the grater, okay? And away we go. And then I take 2 cups of Greek yogurt, and I add that 2 cups of Greek yogurt just like that. Pretty easy. And now, a lot of purists will say, well, I'll never use dill, and well, I just use garlic and lemon juice. Well, I kind of added a little twist to it, and it's really nice. I use fresh grated mint. There it is, mint, fresh. 1 tablespoon of that, okay? And then I take a tablespoon of fresh dill, there you go, and a nice big heaping tablespoon of chopped garlic. I might even add a little, just a tad more. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and then 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a whole big 1-2 helping tablespoons of lemon juice, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And that's it, folks. All you do is you blend this up, just whisk it all together, and you'll see we're gonna put that, as soon as I get it all mixed up, we're gonna throw that in the fridge for a minute. Probably about, well, some people say 4 hours. I'm gonna put it in there for probably about a 1/2 hour, because I wanna get this and show you how to do this. But there you go. If you don't sweat the cucumber, what'll happen is you'll end up with real runny Tzatziki sauce, and that's not what we want. You want a nice, look at that right there. You can see it's beautiful. So we're gonna dip that calamari in there later on, okay? So there you go. Just gonna get rid of that. Hey folks, now we're back. Got the Tzatziki sauce chilling, and I'm just gonna show you what I do to make these calamari curls. And as I mentioned, this is a flying Japanese squid. It's really nice and tender, and I cut it this way. Okay, I open it up versus cutting it into onion rings, as I call it. And the real reason for doing it is when we put it through and we run this through the jacket, which is the breading recipe, there's a great adhesion, a much better adhesion, and you'll see why. So what I do is I just cut them like this, and pretty straightforward. You just go ahead and you cut them into about 1/4 inch strips, and away you go. And I'm just gonna do a few of them. I go like that. Okay, I'll just do a couple more of these like this. Pretty simple. You just run the knife through to the back, to where the tail is, and you can run your hand across to make sure there's no cartilage that comes from the back of the fish. And one of the reasons for doing it this way and cutting it this way is that, as I mentioned before, the jacket adhesion, and they get really nice and they curl up when they hit that hot oil. And one of the things you don't want to do is overcook calamari. If you do, you might as well say you're chewing on rubber bands. So there we go. I'm just going to do that, and we're going to fry that up, and we're going to dredge it through here into the coating. This is what we do when we're on the truck and we're cooking. This is how it goes. We put some of this coating, we just toss it, and it goes directly into the fryer. And that doesn't take very long to do. I'm going to go fry this up, and we'll be right back. Well, here I am back here. Just a few minutes ago, just fried these up, guys. And but you can see these curly. See how nice and curly they get? And oh my God, it's delicious. That mint and dill with a Greek yogurt, it's delicious. Great value. And I'm not driving, so for those of you who don't know, this is the beer that we use to make our batter with. And it's tall ship from Garrison Artisan Brewery from Halifax. They're great people, great tasting beer. Cheers, everybody.